us over here, and he'll be happy to take some pics right before we lift off here. That is a QB. FPBA, my in-flight cocktail. That's actually my screen protector.
Oh, I'm really getting on there. How do you know I know the right people, man? Yes, I have nothing but prayer in these photos. How much?
Guys ready? Yep. Alright, how was that? Come on! Woo! Look straight down if you can see over the sides. These two balloons that we got down here. This one's shaped like a scarecrow, the other one over here. We'll be inflating a little bit later in the evening. I'll spin the balloon around here so we can. There's a little hole at the side. You can try your luck. This
thing when I went up there blew my mind.
Rotating the balloon a little bit just to give everybody a good view of everything around the immediate area. Pulling on this little black line opens up a little vent beside the balloon that expels air on the side, so it doesn't do anything for steering whatsoever, but it does allow us to spin the balloon, get a different view, and line up the baskets for our landing direction. But you notice the first two balloons went to the northeast, and we're going to the northwest, which is a little bit more in line with the forecast direction of going west. So that's a great thing. The city is nice to fly over. We've got much bigger landing spots out in this direction. How's everybody doing so far? That's it. We're just going with the wind. Exactly. We have very good control over our altitude. So you'll notice we're climbing pretty quick just because I'm putting a little bit of extra heat into it just to keep us in a constant rate of climb. I'm going to go a little farther than that.
What happens when the angry farmer comes out with a shot?
Oh, we try to avoid them. You know, the good thing about this is there's only a couple, and there's one in the direction that we're kind of going, but I know exactly where he is. So we avoid him pretty well.
We don't like you guys letting him out.
No, there's a few people around that value their privacy over all else, which is fine. Sure. And I mean, we got to respect everything that we're with and it's their property. So we're technically trespassing wherever we land until we get permission. So we're real respectful about where we land, and we're very careful not to damage any crops or any livestock or drive on people's lawns. So I aim for like public places like streets. Like you see the Touchstone Energy balloon down there.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful place to land because you're not bothering anybody. It's on a
Pretty
school.
impressive.
Yeah.
Relatively small place to land.
Yeah, we could park it on a night like tonight where we don't have that much wind. We could park it in a really small spot, which is cool. This is a gorgeous night. The temperature's just
John,
right.
is this your first or second flight?
It's actually my 14th or so. They keep telling me I get better. Actually, I've been flying for about 15 years. Full time for the vast majority of that. My life story starts out at the age of 2. I got dragged along as a kid in a stroller to a balloon festival with my parents, and this is just what I do. And
Got you hooked.
From that point on, I was just in love with it. So it was, and Andy, the guy we've been talking to, he's probably the biggest fan in the world. His life story is pretty much identical. We figured out we were long lost brothers about 8 years ago, and we've been pretty good friends ever since.
Nice.
So we both fly balloons, we build them, design them, and pretty much do everything we can with them. It's just so cool. There's no other type of aircraft. You can just kind of look out over the edge, reach out and pick some leaves. I'll try to get us down a little more above some treetops to do that, and not have the rush of deafening air through the air. Something like the road. We're about 1,000 feet above the ground right now, so it's a little bit low for skydiving, but base jumping, base jumpers.
Well, I just
love
mean the
this.
sensation of being out and up.
Yeah.
With, no engine noise.
So we got downtown Bloomington is up that way. Bluebird is out down that way. I think we played there before.
How many gallons of fuel will you go through in a flight like this?
We got 80 gallons on board, plus the 15-gallon starter tank. We'll go through about 12 gallons of fuel just getting off the ground on a warm day. We'll go through about half our fuel supply, so we go about 40, 50 gallons on an average flight. And so propane's about...
We're playing
Actually, does everybody mind if I get a group shot of everything in the basket?
Oh, not at all.
Move this out of the way here. Got good lighting if everybody is there with the phone. When it wakes up, I'll let you know. Okay, here we go. On 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Cool. Thank you, guys.
You don't have to try for a little nerves.
What if I fall out?
Are you strapped?
These triggers, these are what makes us go up.
Well, no, down.
Figure out how to go down.
How do we go down?
Over here is the one that makes us go down slowly. This red one here, I wouldn't recommend pulling it.
Okay,
at
all right.
Don't pull
Good
it.
news.
We don't even use this actually. It opens up the giant flap at the top.
That moment of silence before he says it after he falls out.
Okay.
Now what?
But
Now what?
you guys notice the air is a little bit cooler up here? We
Yeah.
continue climbing. We're doing about 400 feet per minute up, which is a gentle climb. And every 1,000 feet we go up, which is now about 2,000 feet high, it's about 3.5 degrees cooler every 1,000 feet. So we're about 7 to 10 degrees cooler than ground level. Of course, we got to heat the balloon up a little bit to get there. Yeah, so it's kind of a paradox. doing about 4 or 5 miles an hour back to the southeast. So if we time it right, that'd be cool if we could land right back there. That doesn't happen very often, but it's a nice possibility.
Landing back on the same spot.
Back in the field, yeah, we're nearby.
So the chase truck will like that.
Yeah, they haven't moved yet, which is good.
Halfway to the show, I'm going to put a wire. Wireless mic about halfway through the show. Yeah. We're sorry, sorry to all you shows, Mark. Very slowly and very slowly.
I'm right, guys, right? You're going to have to be really good.
There's been times where we've landed on the trailer.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
I wouldn't hand it to you, but if you will, it's good. You hit the little yellow button.
It'll get me real excited. See.
The yellow button.
And one more. Oh, thank you, babe.
Stop making him do that.
That's so right.
So down over here we got Lake Monroe, big reservoir. John Mellencamp lives down along there somewhere. Never flown that way because there's nowhere to land except trees.
Yeah, he's not a very.
That's what I've heard. His son seems to be growing up the same path.
Get your ass up here.
Yeah, he can hear you.
Up to the northeast, got Lake Lemon, if you're familiar with the local area. And it's a little bit hazy tonight. Otherwise, we would be able to see Indianapolis skyline up the highway that goes off in the distance.
How high do you have to get to see the skyline?
We would see it tonight, but it's a little bit hazy, unfortunately.
How high are we?
We are about 3,000 feet above the ground. We're climbing steadily.
We're the only one up there.
Yeah, we're the only one up this high, and the others are just kind of still sitting on the ground. You can see now the Rocket Man on the left is starting to float, and the Scarecrow on the right is back there. TV.
What's the highest you ever went?
Highest I've ever been is just a couple feet under 18,000 feet above sea level, and that was on a flight I did over the Grand Canyon, which was awesome.
Oh,
It was freezing cold, but it was well worth it. Flew for about 3.5 hours, took off from Grand Canyon National Park Airport, flew about 30 miles to the east, and landed on a highway. Highway 64 is about the only civilization that wasn't National Park or Navajo Reservation, and both of those are kind of touchy landing. So
Is that right?
that was the goal was to land on the road, and we did it. It was awesome.
So what do you do when you land on the hostile property? Do you try to buy them off?
You know what? I've only encountered a nasty person a couple times in my career. The people I normally come across who are angry at balloons are because somebody drove over their septic tank or cut a fence and let their cows out, something like that. So when they see another balloon land there, like me, they'll be furious because the last balloonist experience they had was terrible. And by the time we're done there, we're welcome to come back anytime as long as we're respectful. So I've only met a couple people that have been really just nasty, and we just be as respectful as possible, head down, pack up as quick as we can,
I feel like
apologize, and be humble, and
I would immediately be
put
like,
it on the map.
so glad we made it. There was serious complications.
But the most part, people absolutely love it. You get a balloon dropping in on your front yard. It's the coolest thing that's happened all summer, most summers.
My kids would be fired up.
Yeah. Got a little bit closer to ground level. Some of you might appreciate that from the sound of it. We're doing about 800 feet per minute down, which is about twice as fast as our climb rate. We feel a little bit of a breeze in the basket. That's normal. So we'll level it off. I'll see if I can. That's our banner. I need to turn vertical speed indicator.
Look at the car comes and picks us up in the next county.
Yeah.
No, we're playing here.
Oh, okay.
What's the material that the balloon's made out of?
Fabric is ripstop nylon. It's a little bit heavier than parachute material. The very bottom is Nomex, so it's like fire suits or race suits. It's fire resistant, so if it's a spray burn, it's not going to melt. And even if it does melt, it doesn't have any structural integrity that far low in the balloon.
Gotcha.
The very top of the balloon is built from a fabric that's about twice the weight of normal, so it's got super longevity and extra strength. So
How much does the balloon weigh?
the balloon in the bag weighs about 500 pounds.
Wow.
Just the bag, and the basket itself here with all the fuel in it weighs about 700 more. And add to that all the people, and we get the gross weight, which is the combined total of all the people, all the fuel, the balloon itself, and everything else is about 5,000 pounds. Wow. Crew's going that way on the road.
Oh, that's him with the trailer?
Yeah. This balloon brand new would cost about $80,000 to $100,000.
Going for the horse, John?
Got it on eBay. Get him.
John, we're going for the horse right here?
Yeah, you know what? This horse looks well behaved. He'd be bucking and running around if he wasn't going to be comfortable with what we're doing here.
Now he's looking at me.
Probably skip over the barn here.
Okay, I don't know what this is.
Just drift right through the treetops as we cross the road. We'll touch down in the parking lot. If
I think you can do it, man.
I'm pretty sure we can.
Let us in.
Ready?
Horse just catch a little draft. It just.
No, that was
Oh,
all
you're
the
doing
burning I was doing. That stuff there just sent right now. This vent line that I'm pulling, well, it's a little bit of heat out, so that all that hot air would put us back into a climb. But now I'm letting a little bit of it out so it doesn't take effect and shoot us back in the stratosphere. And now that we're in level flight, we just got to add a little burn here, a little burn there, and we just keep our temperature and we flow right along just as normal.
Oh, and the cat. The cat just ran out right there.
Yeah.
Every time he does the fire thing,
This is kind of like my summer home away from home. I live in New Jersey and Pennsylvania for summer. Go to Phoenix, Arizona for winter. So we follow all the good flying weather. And around here is beautiful to fly in. It's one of my stops I like to get to. Spent a couple of weeks out here and fly balloons and build balloons. Let's make it back to the launch field.
They don't have a bush hog. I got a You didn't tell me what the total was. We all have it. We all get hit by that.
Yeah, if it was a little bit slower, we had a little bit less foliage around, we could stick it right there on the path next to the tree. Keep going past the RVs and the big shed back there, and kind of nice open spot back there. But we get down low here, getting right over the rooftops here. Our touchdown is going to be nice and gentle. We'll probably have a couple bounces, but nothing severe. After we do touchdown, I want to make sure everybody stays in the basket till I tell you it's okay to get out. If one of us gets out, we're going to go right back up in the air. So hang tight for a moment. When we do touchdown, expect a little bit of a jolt. The basket's going to bounce a couple times lightly, so be ready for those. And make sure you're holding on to the rail and enjoy the rest of the trip. Hello, nice beard. So right after this line of cars, there's a little tiny gravel path behind the cars. We're going to touch down right on there. We might bounce a couple times just because of our speed. Doing a whopping 5 miles an hour. White Pontiac is going to share the same space as us. Hello! It does. Waiting for it. Okay, we're going to plan it in pretty good. That's a little speaker wire running between the holes, so we're going to touch down well before that. We're going to plan it in a little bit firm, just so that we don't drag at all. Alright, so make sure you hold on to the rail. Get your knees bent slightly, feet flat on the floor, and stay in the basket till I tell you it's okay to get out. We're going to plan it in, and 3, 2, 1, big bump. I'm going to down it a couple times here. Second one, might be a little hard. And we're almost right about there. We're going to momentum with the balloon envelope still. So, how was that? Nice. Beautiful.
Look where you put us on that dang road, John. That's a hell of a call, brother.
Thank you. Let's hope we don't get parked around. I saw the crew back on the road. They should be here.
You think they would?
Yeah. Where did you guys go? They should have stayed on the field, but they saw us heading that way pretty good once we were up high, so they figured we were going to keep going. There they come. You guys have a good time? Yeah. Awesome. Beautiful.
But they have to come and tether you down.
They're gonna come over here. What we'll do from this point on is we'll keep everybody in the basket. I'm gonna continue pulling on this rope, so I'm gonna turn these burners off. Get a chance to cool the burners down. And that's just liquid propane running through the lines. It actually boils at -44 Fahrenheit under low pressure. So as it's escaping from the jets, it it just cools it down so I can just reach up and touch it.
Oh, wow.
That way, if any temperature falls out, it doesn't deflate. It's not going to melt right through it. So, but at this point, we're going to have the crew, have all you guys stay in the basket, and the crew is going to pull me down as I deflate all the air from the envelope. The envelope is the fabric portion, and so the fabric will wind up on the ground right there. The basket's going to stay upright because we got everybody's weight in it, and we'll be able to have a bit less work to do to load it back in the truck. Cool.
Will you not go back up again tonight?
Tonight, that'll be it. Just one flight a night, one in the morning, one in the evening when the weather is optimum. And it's getting a little bit closer to sunset, so we're not going to go up after this. So, all right, we're good right here, so just pull me down. Look up, you can see the shadow or the sun coming into the balloon. You see the vent line I'm pulling is down this circular panel, black panel coming down. So it's kind of like a drain plug upside down. You know, the air pressure pushes it back into place and seals off the hole. That's pretty cool. When you pull it away, it just deflates pretty quickly. So this will be down on the ground in just a couple seconds. Just like that. Right. Working. Pull, Bruce! I'm ready for football season. He's a football, rugby, you name it. So, yeah, the wind is going to just kind of push the balloon that way, so almost no matter what they do, it's kind of like a, actually, if one of you could hold this, I should move our band, just not steady. Still drive off.
Fan the basket.
Back 2 hours later, we're all still standing here. Yeah.
You don't want the basket?
He said, knock it out of the basket. Knock it out of the basket.
Okay, Bruce, you can let her go down in the direction of the wind, and we can start stepping out. Now there's enough air out of the balloon that there's no chance of it tipping over. So just be careful on your way out. You just survived a balloon flight. This is the most dangerous part, getting in and out. And Bruce, let it go down with the wind. If you keep fighting, it'll keep more air in it for longer.
First, let our great picture.
So you got the belt on this thing?
Thank you very much. He had his belt.
Great anniversary, sir. Happy anniversary.
33 years today. You see? Yeah, he pocketed himself.
Absolute pleasure, brother.
Mark, thanks for coming up.
For sure, man. Come pass by the stage when you get wrapped up here. I'll give you a couple records so you can take home.
Oh, sweet.
I released a live record earlier this year.
Oh, cool. Awesome. Thanks, man. We'll catch up with you in a bit.
All right, brother.
All right.
You need any help packing?
We can wrap up ourselves if you guys want to hang out and have fun. But yeah, appreciate the offer. Thank you very much. Cool. Have a good one.
Why'd you guys make fine things? Sit down.
We're done.
Really?
Yeah.
That's all you do?
What's that?
Where are they supposed to go?
Kind of. It's Balloon Festival. Balloon Festival's...
Oh. I can't see it.
Jesse has the
Oh, let's go on camera.